Hi everyone, it's Cynthia from Country Concessions. I'm filming this on the 23rd of December, so I wanted to take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and all the best for 2025. We really appreciate your loyalty and your patronage and your support all the time, and I just wanted to take a chance to say how much we appreciate that and rely on you for supporting our little quilt shop here in Cookstown. Couldn't do it without you, that is for sure. You'll be watching this on the 26th of December or after. So again, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas with your family and or friends. So behind me, this time I decided I would put our lovely new project in the background here. This is called Crimson Christmas. I'll just step to the side so you can see it fully. This is a new design from Krista Moser. We got in patterns and kitted it up, and it turned out absolutely beautifully. These are our choices of fabrics, and we're so delighted with them. We are going to be making more kits. We're sold out at the moment, but we'll be getting patterns back in stock in January. They're on back order at present. So around mid-January, we'll be getting in new kits and patterns that will be available. So it's called Crimson Christmas. And if you love it as much as I do, you can get those on our website or give the store a call to order one. And they'll be available mid-January. So I'm here today about our next 30th anniversary special, and this is the very last one. 2024 was Country Concessions' 30th anniversary. So for December 30th, we are offering 30% off quite a number of items that you use for pressing. And a good press on your project creates a much better quilt. Everything is truer to size and nice and flat and ready to put together to make a beautiful quilt. So I've got a few things that I'm going to show you. I'm just going to change the camera position. Okay, so you can see in front of us here, I have some of our irons that are on special. So these are two irons from Oliso. They're beautiful quality irons. They have little feet on the full-size irons that will raise and lower as you are pressing. When you put your hand on here, the iron goes down, and I'm just going to show you that. I'll just undo these cords while I talk. It's got a wonderful features on it. It's got a great ceramic sole, so it's very smooth and glides around beautifully. This is the Tula Pink iron from Oliso, so it is a beautiful iron that has really fun Tula Pink design on it from her Bestie's collection. So it's got the little goldfish on it. So when it is plugged in, you'll see that it drops down, and when I take my hand away from the handle, it pops up again, and the iron actually sits off the mat on the little feet. It's got a great spray system. It's got a big reservoir on the side there that you can fill up. So it's got the biggest reservoir on the market, they say. Multitude of settings on the top. A really nice grip, and a nice feature at the front of the iron. There is a great point on the tip, but also when you put your fabric, the fabric actually slides in between the sole plate and the point of the iron, so that it just allows much greater precision with where you're wanting to place your iron. This is my own personal iron. I just got this for myself. This is the Tula Pink project iron, so it's a smaller size. It's got a nice shaped handle. It comes with a little silicone mat that you can use as an iron rest, but that actually hooks onto the sole plate of the iron. So for traveling, if your iron is still warm, it protects it. It also is going to protect the finish on the bottom of the sole plate. Again, it's got a great point on the iron, so you can get into all those corners and nooks and crannies. This one is fun because I don't know if you can see it. You probably can there. You can see the reflection. It's got a little headlight. And honestly, when you're doing your pressing and you're, in a room that perhaps doesn't have the best light in the world, that little headlight shows up everything absolutely beautifully. So it's a great little extra feature. For a travel iron, this has got a huge reservoir in the back. It pops open like that, and you can fill up the reservoir, and it does hold quite a lot of water. Again, continuous heat settings on there, And on the side here, two little buttons that give you a little spray of water if you want to dampen your fabric when you're ironing. This also has those features, of course, as well. So two great irons from Aliso. These are new in the store. We also have, if you don't like the Tula Pink design, we also have raspberry color in the small project iron and a teal blue one. And then in the larger iron, we have a turquoise. So there are other options of color if you want to go with something different. And we're also offering some other smaller irons available for sale. We have the Dritz Travel steam iron, and we have two little irons that are great for applique, and you will see those on the website. Below, I'm just going to move this guy out of the way. Give me 1 second here. So what I've been ironing on here is a wool pressing mat. So you can see the surface here. There is a mat, it's about a 1/2 inch thick, and this is felted wool. So it's a very dense wool mat that you can press on. And the advantage of a wool pressing mat, if you don't have one, is that wool naturally absorbs heat. So when you are pressing on here, your heat is on your fabric from the top, but also the heat is reflected up from the bottom because the wool mat absorbs heat. This is quite warm to the touch, and it's almost like doing a double press, and it makes such an incredible difference in the press that you get on your fabric. So you get a really crisp, firm press. It's also great for ironing anything that has a raised texture, like embroidery, any needlework you might be wanting to press, because the actual design will sink into the wool a little bit, so it won't be flattened in the way that it would be on a normal ironing board. So it's a great product for giving you an even better press than you get just on a regular ironing board. I can't tell you how wonderful these wool pressing mats are. If you don't have one, if you get one, you won't believe the difference. I never iron without it now. They come in a range of sizes. We do have the Gypsy quilter wool pressing mats. We have those in 17 inches. I believe it's also available in 13.5 inches. And then we have mats from 13 Cats, which is a Canadian company, and we have those available in 3 sizes. The 13 Cats one, it's only in stock availability. The Gypsy Quilter wool mats, we can reorder those, so they will be, if we do sell out, you'll still be able to get one. So they're available on our website. Something else that we've got in as well is a wool pressing bar. So this is a wooden bar. It's got a flat surface on the bottom that you can use as a clapper, and it's got an arc of wood that is covered in a piece of wool felt. So this gives you the same inherent wonderful qualities as the wool pressing mat, but in a raised bar. And where this is really, really nice is when I've got a very piecey quilt block and I want to press one of my seams without distorting my other seams, I can isolate that seam on the top of that wool pressing bar, and then I can press along on the top surface there, and I'm only pressing that particular seam that I actually want to press at that time. So I can put a wonderful press on the one seam without catching in all the other seams. So this is absolutely invaluable. Once you have pressed the seam, you can set it with the clapper. It's just got enough weight behind it. You can give it a little bit of a press and it flattens it even more. But the wool felt on that top surface is awesome. So that is the, I'm just going to read the label on the package. I think they call it the wool pressing bar with clapper. So those are also from Gypsy Quilter, and they are a fantastic addition to your pressing supplies. Because the wool pressing mat is made of a natural fiber, it does sometimes get the bits of lint and fluffies kind of embedded in the surface. So they have also come out with this wool mat cleaning tool, and it looks like this. It looks like a giant cheese slicer. It's got kind of a rough surface here, and you can just draw it across the surface of your mat, and it will gather up any bits of thread and lint that have built up on your mat surface and allow you to keep it in tip-top condition. By the way, the wool pressing mats are washable. Instructions are on it, but you can clean these. So the wool mat cleaning tool is another great product to add to your pressing supplies. We have an iron cleaner here. This is from Bowen, and it is it's almost like a glue stick, but it is a cleaning material. So when you open this up, you can just rub the material that's inside this stick. So you're rubbing the stick over the sole plate of your iron, and that will take off any scorched material, residue of adhesives, anything like that that is left on the sole plate of your iron. You rub it over that, and then you can just wipe it off on a clean rag or old towel or something like that. You might want to shoot some steam through the little vent holes just to make sure there's nothing caught in them, but it does a great job at cleaning your iron. So that is Bowen iron cleaner. And then the last thing that I want to show you, you're probably mostly familiar with these. This is Best Press. So Best Press is a very light spray starch product. You can use it full strength, or you can mix it with a bit of water. And it is a wonderful agent for spritzing on your fabric, and it just gives it a nice bit of body for when you are pressing. So say I want to press my seams, and I've got some in this bottle here. I'm just going to give a little spritz across the seam. And you can do this before you, I should be using my wool pressing bar again. You can do it either before or after you have sewn your pieces together, but it just gives a crispness to your fabric and flattens those seams absolutely beautifully. It's really wonderful to work with. I use it all the time in my piecing. So the spray starch comes in all sorts of different fragrances. We have about 5 different ones. We have a scent-free, which a lot of people like. That's probably our best seller. But we've got Tea Rose Garden here. We've got lavender. We've got Caribbean Beach. There's a number of different ones. They're available in this size of bottle, which comes with a spray top that you can put on there, or you can get in the refill size. You can get it's a full US gallon. So a note, we are not able to ship the Best Press. These are for in-store pickup only. They do freeze if in the cold for too long, so we can't ship them in the winter. So those are in-store pickup only for the Best Press. The last thing I want to show you is this misting bottle that I showed. This is a very interesting bottle. I'm going to come closer so you can see. Inside the tube of the bottle, there is a plastic, it almost looks like a plastic bag. So it's a plastic bladder inside the spritz bottle. So that gives a vacuum to the contents inside, so that when you spray, and I think you'll probably see, it gives an incredibly fine mist of the product inside. So your spray contents goes way further, and it gives a very nice even distribution when you're spraying. So you can see when I spray that, it's a really nice fine spray, so you can spread it around. You're not overusing your product, so it's going to last you longer. Very easy to fill up, and as long as there's liquid in there, that bag inside is sucking in, and you've got that vacuum, and you'll still get that nice fine spray until it's completely empty. So we have those, we have some Mary Ellen ones that look like this, and we have the Gypsy Quilter Misty bottles. They're exactly the same thing, just a different color with the Gypsy Quilter design on the side. So those are great for spraying your Best Press product. Okay. Okay, so that is the goodies we have for you for December the 30th. So all sorts of things for all your pressing matters, and I hope you'll be able to take advantage of it and join us for lots of new and fun things coming up in 2025 as we round out our 30th year. Again, thank you so much for your support and all the best for a joyous holiday season and for 2025. Thanks so much.